Detachment is your manifestation superpower. A lot of people discuss the importance of detachment when it comes to conscious creation. If you want to manifest, if you want to create a new reality. Well, today I'm going to teach you true detachment and how it looks in everyday life. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. Detachment is so important because a lot of people, they live in their mind. And the first thing I want to discuss is perfection. A lot of people are waiting for the perfect time to start. The perfect time is always now. If you wait for perfection, you're never going to get anything started. Or you might throw something away that maybe was so great, and in your mind you kind of talked yourself out of it. Detach from perfection. That's the first thing I want everyone to do. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop being concerned that whatever it was that you created, that it wasn't so perfect. You want to detach, and you want to detach not only from the perfection of whatever it is that you're creating, the perfect moment, the perfect outcome, but when it comes to what are you getting out of it, and I'll use myself as an example. I need to do things that resonate within my soul. When I make world famous videos, I do the topics, I discuss the things that God moves me to talk about. Just like I'm moved to discuss this today in these high vibe locations that I'm at. And I have to detach from the outcome, whether, say there's 5,000 people that watch this or 5 million people that watch this. What is important to me, and this is how you actually manifest, is you got to get to the place where it's very meaningful. And I've done this on my journey, and I've shared a story once when it came to perfection. This was earlier when I first started my YouTube channel, and I did this video. It was actually about a full moon, and I needed to really get it out, and I filmed this video, and previously, before I filmed the video, I had a sandwich and it had poppy seeds in it, and I had these seeds like all stuck in my teeth, and I said, you know what, and I saw it, I just posted the video. So, I'm just using this as an example. If I, was, maybe embarrassed because I had poppy seeds in my teeth, I wouldn't have posted it, shove it in the drawer. Well, earlier on my journey, that was one of my big videos at the time. So, and again, it's where you are at the time. If you don't post something, you might, because you're living in your head, you might stunt your growth. So you want to detach from perfection. You want to detach from the outcome. And you want to detach from other people. Yeah, you got to go into the void. This is what it's all about. What would you do if there was no one around? Okay, what would you do if you just spoke, just from your heart? Okay, you're going to have to detach from what other people think about you. And this is how you actually truthfully manifest. I did a video, and this is a very deep concept, because so many people, they're concerned with, oh, these people, they're watching what I do. And I'm very concerned with what they think about me. And then you might not even start. Maybe you will run away from your destiny. All right. So you're going to have to detach from your connection to other people. You actually want to get into the void. I talk about the wilderness. God has put me in the wilderness. The strongest man, the strongest woman are the ones that could stand alone. See, I could stand alone. And when I stand in the place of authenticity, I'm not worried about approval. I got to detach. I got to detach from all other meanings that are outside of this sacred heart. Okay, your heart emits an electromagnetic field 5,000 times greater than your brain. So if it resonates within your heart, you do it. And you're going to say, you know what, I'm just doing it. And you're detaching from the outcome. This could come from your work. And this could actually come when it comes to relationships. Maybe there's someone, and you have identified that this person, they're a lot like you. Maybe this is going to be a great relationship. Well, if you put too much into the ether, if you will, you're putting too much lack, and it means so much, and it might mean something to you, but you have to get to that place, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. You're going to get to that place where if this person winds up in a relationship with you, that's great. And if they don't, that's okay as well. And then you say, well, how do I do that? And you got to remember that God knows you and your journey better than you know it yourself. And once you get that into the subconscious mind, when the girl runs away from you, right? When the guy, maybe doesn't do the right thing for you and the guy leaves, right? Or the girl runs like a deer running away, right? Running away. You got to say that if they don't come back, you got to say to yourself, you know what? God knows my journey better than I know it myself, because sometimes we assume that a person is so great. We assume certain things, but we're going to assume, and we're not going to assume, we're going to know that God knows you and your journey better than you know it yourself. So that actually allows us to detach, because so many people want to manifest, say, a relationship with the person that resonates with them. And you have to remember, we're all putting out a frequency. And then when you want something, or you're saying, too much lack, you're kind of pushing, and both parties are pushing against each other. So sometimes you got to give yourself a lot of space. Sometimes you got to space it out, and you got to have in your mind, you know what? If it doesn't work out, there's a better path for me. Earlier on my journey, there were things that I thought were so important, and in the future I could turn around, okay? My most important thing is what I'm doing here on YouTube, teaching the people across all platforms. This is what's important to me. And earlier on my journey, everything that, was part of my life was just a stepping stone. And, I shared this years ago. I won a bodybuilding competition as a middleweight. And then, the following week, I didn't win. I came in second place. And the second show was, say, a bigger one. And at the time, it was, oh man, I wish I would have won the bigger show, because then it would have led to other things. But I went on a different journey, and from that, I take the importance of athletics, for example, and I didn't need to win that second show, because a lot of people get caught up in these things, and it doesn't actually become healthy for them, and they actually go down to a spiral. So that wasn't my path. And in my life today, I wouldn't even do this at all. Okay, it was part of my journey, for example, and I learned health. I learned about discipline, because a lot of people in this world, they can't be disciplined. They got to have the Krispy Kremes, right? They have to eat the junk food. They need instant gratification. I'm here to tell you, especially once you detox the body, once you start, getting healthy, once you change your palate as you ascend, all right, you can't go back to eating those foods, and you're going to see the difference. All right, so what you do on your journey, you might have to do something, and then you learn from it, and then at a specific time, and I could reflect on my journey. I'm just using these things as an example, as I'm just recording in one take. Everyone loves how I could record in one take, right? Where's the teleprompter? Does anyone know where my teleprompter is? I need to record. Excuse me, I have to record for millions of people. I have to make sure I have a teleprompter, right? You see these people right now. So these are the things on my journey that, maybe it could be a relationship. Maybe it could be, something, a dream. Maybe it could be a job. And when you have the mindset, God knows you and your journey better than you know it yourself, you actually detach from the outcome. It is so important as a man of God, if you're walking the path, as a woman of God, you want to detach from these things. A lot of people, when it comes to women, maybe they think they're going to be single and alone forever, and they rush into the relationship with a weak-minded beta male. They just filled the void. Did you fill the void? Are you a man? Did you go out in the world? Did you just get the arm candy? Did you get the arm candy, or did you get the divine feminine? These are the things that you have to realize, and this is how you start to detach. And then you don't need these things, and all of a sudden you become better and brighter than you've ever been. Okay, so you want to detach from the outcome, and it's all about your health. If you want to manifest, all right, you have to know that you set a vision, all right, and I've done that. Now, there are things that I had to study when it comes to my physical wellness, for an example. This is actually a form of manifestation, and I remember how I was pre-2020. There was a lot of stress that happened in the world. Please click the subscribe button if you want to be healthy again, and if you want to work with manifestation, if you want to work with spirituality, and also learn what you need to do. I had to learn things. I didn't just have this vision, but I had a vision. And I said, I'm getting back to where I was, boom, before 2020. And I'm going to be better than I was. And I'm going to be younger than I was. And I manifested it, but I also had to learn certain things. So you're going to have to detach from maybe the time frame, okay? And I've shared about my journey, and I had that vision in my mind. And, you know, honestly, I thought I would have done it a little bit sooner. But then again, I also share about how I spend family time. So you want to detach if you're you know, going about your wellness journey. As long as you keep going down that path, you will manifest that physique, that body, that healthy body. It's not about ego. You're going to see weak-minded people, all right? I've been doing this for a long time. You got to get rid of that trash out of your community. You got to get rid of it out of your mind. You got to stay healthy. Why? Because this vessel is going to keep you alive. You got to be healthy and strong. This is what we need to do, okay? So maybe the time frame. All right, everyone wants to have a quick fix. I'm gonna get you know, shredded. I'm gonna do this in 2 months, while it might take over a year. And you know, I share about my journey. But you want to do things the right way. You want to do it the proper way, because you know what? These things last the test of time. When you manifest, you want to manifest something that's going to last, something that is going to be built on a solid foundation. We're out here today, a very special spot for your Uncle Mike, right? And this is where I birthed a lot of the energy for this channel, and I'm back in this energy, and you have to detach from things. When I go back to the past, you guys might hear, you know, I'm a city kid. He's a city boy. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn, and being in Brooklyn, you know, there's nature. If you live in the city, I teach everyone this, you know, you could live on the beach, right? You could live in the city, you could live on the mountain, but even if you're in the city, you could find the nature. And sometimes in the past, I'd be, you know, nervous. Maybe there'll be a car horn, right? There's gonna be an airplane flying overhead. It's not gonna be perfect, right? I have to detach from this. I gotta detach from perfection. I'm gonna hit record, I'm gonna go. I don't have to worry about the teleprompter, and this is where a lot of people, they get so uptight. They got to edit their video 500 times. That's why people say, how are you able to produce world famous content every single day? Please click the subscribe button. We have world famous content every single day. And the reason why is I detached from perfection. Write it in the comments. Detach from perfection. I'm going to come here. I got to edit it. I'm going to spend all this time. I'm going to stand out here. I'm going to stand out in the light of Christ. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to know it's going to be authentic. And I'm going to put it on YouTube. Maybe add a beautiful song at the end that everyone loves. Okay? Real simple. And because I'm able to do that, I'm able to keep going. That's the mindset you have to have. You're going to have to keep going, because it's never going to stop. Your life is never going to stop. A lot of people spend most of their time in their brain. You got to get out of that brain. This is what I teach. You got to get out of that brain, and you got to get into the Sacred Heart. And when you start, okay, learning, when you start knowing, when you start embodying that, when it comes from the heart, you make better decisions. You detach from the matrix. You detach from expectations. So many people have expectations. There's going to be people that have expectations for you. You might put expectations upon yourself. When I started this channel, I did a video, judgment and expectations are lower vibrations that will affect your everyday life. Isn't it amazing how sharp I could remember videos I did 5 years ago, right? Please click the subscribe button, take the journey. I'm here, and I connect the dots, and I allow you to go through the quantum. This is quantum manifestation. You could write quantum manifestation, and simply by me standing out here and leaving this message today, I could go back in my mind, you know, maybe 6 years ago. I'm you know, just, you know, 1 year into this channel, and I started learning the ropes. It took me a while, right? But I manifested in the quantum. Now I could stand here today, and it's such a rewarding feeling. It's not about a perfect feeling. It's a rewarding feeling. Oh my God, everything that I've created. Where you're going to have to detach from expecting you knew what the journey was. If I went into and I went to the warp zone. Remember the warp zones from Super Mario Bros? I warp zone. I talk, hey, what's up, man? I'm talking to my former self. I say, wow, I can't believe I'm telling my former self all the things that I did. Well, I manifested through the quantum, okay? And I give deep chats about authentic manifestation with real life evidence from firsthand experience. You want to detach from perfection, okay? Allow this to be the day, okay? Click the like button, write a comment, and I want you to focus your attention on this video today, because so many people in the modern society, they can't focus their attention. I'm a focused man. I talked about my training. Everything, it's a mindset. Whether I'm physically training, I'm focused. Whether I'm creating world famous content on YouTube, I'm focused. Whether I'm with the people, I'm coaching people up, I'm focused. Are you focused? I'm focused on every aspect of my life. And that's why I'm here today. And nothing outside of me completes me. I have detached from everything that is outside of this sacred heart. And now I'm a magnet. And when you have detached from everything, you're in that void. I'm floating in the void. And then once you're floating in the void, you become a magnet. And then you're gonna unleash the power that you truthfully possess. Okay? I love this area. Do you love this area? I appreciate everyone, especially those that have taken the full journey. And if you just joined in, it's just divine timing. I'm so grateful for all of your support. Please click the like button. It wouldn't be a nice Brooklyn day without the helicopters coming. Please click the like button, leave a comment, focus on your manifestation. Embrace the inner child. You should watch some of my videos on manifestation and the inner child. That is the truthful way, right? Just like how Jesus said to be childlike, this is the truthful way to start creating a brand new reality. Throw perfection out, throw it out, get it out, and head towards authenticity. Detach from the outcome and just do. If I say, you know what, I have to do this, as I'm leaving this, I did a live stream. It was the most fun I've ever done a live stream. I felt so powerful, and that's the only thing that actually mattered from that video, is that I had fun. Detach from everything else and just go to the heart, and then you're gonna see how the manifestations just start rolling in. I love you all. Daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I love all of you. I'm grateful for all of your support. Like, comment, share. They really do help the channel. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. That's all I did. I kept going, and I grew a kingdom from this. Never forget, keep going, kid.